At 2 a.m., a message from my husband on a business trip popped up. Babe, I love you so much. Midnight declarations were his routine whenever he travels. I was smiling and about to reply when another notification arrived from an unknown account. Hey guru. Why does my boyfriend keep texting his boring wife I love you right after we hook up? Also, he gives her the free gift bags from my luxury purchases. Does he actually care about me? Are all midnight love bombs just guilt trips after cheating? My eyes fell on the mountain of cosmetic pouches and keychains from designer stores cluttering our entryway. The stranger messaged again before I could respond. Guess what we did tonight that was so good he wants seconds? Since you're the love expert, wanna hear our steamy story? P.S. Check out these diamond earrings he just bought me. Said my youth deserves only the finest. I'm Lynn Quinn, a 32-year-old relationship influencer. Most followers DM me about trust issues or bedroom problems. But this was next-level drama. The timing was sickening. Sean, my college sweetheart turned husband of 6 years, had sent his usual adoring text 10 minutes prior. My fingers trembled over his thread. Babe, I love you so much. Normally I'd playfully respond love you more. My Shawnee bear with heart emojis. Tonight. The words burned my throat. We'd been planning to start trying for kids this fall. My entire friend group envied our storybook marriage. That man would walk through fire for you. My bestie insisted last month. Remember when you had appendicitis? He slept in that plastic hospital chair for 3 weeks straight. But now TikTok's algorithm bombarded me with midnight I love yous equals cheater's remorse videos. Each swipe reopened the wound. Sean's explanation from our Paris anniversary trip echoed in my head. When we're apart, every midnight feels like losing you. I can't sleep until I say it. He'd cradled my face. Ocean blue eyes deadly serious. Tell me you feel it too, Lynn. This hunger? We'd made love against the hotel window that night. His whispered declarations fogging the glass. Now those same words curdled in my stomach. Another DM notification. Bet you're wondering how many times we did it. 3. In your bed. His wife works nights, right? Hot tears splattered my screen as I stared at Sean's last text. Our security camera feed suddenly blinked online, showing our bedroom. Motion-activated lights revealed tangled sheets and a glint of platinum hair that wasn't mine. She sent a photo of Dior's gemstone necklace. My nerves tightened again. Suspicion ultimately prevailed. I immediately video-called Sean. He answered instantly. The screen showed a steam-filled bathroom and his well-defined pectoral muscles. Honey, this is the first time you've initiated a call since I've been away on business. I'm thrilled. The genuine delight in his voice tipped the scales toward trust, putting on my usual playful act. I teased. Sneak attack checkup. He quickly panned the camera over himself before wrapping a towel around his waist. Saluting like a soldier. Message received. Ma'am, let me give you the grand tour of your husband's temporary bachelor pad. Babe, you have no idea how happy this surprise inspection makes me. It proves you truly care. His effortless composure stirred guilt in me. Had I misjudged him? The camera swept across neatly arranged twin pillows and slightly rumpled hotel bedding exactly like those single guys' business trip bed memes online. Polished shoes stood orderly by the door. His suit hung neatly in the open closet with the tie separately draped. The immaculate room showed no traces of another woman. Logic told me to trust him. Yet this uncharacteristic tidiness unnerved me further. Drawing a deep breath, I demanded, Sean, show me the trash can. His eyes widened dramatically. Whoa, babe. Are you taking online infidelity detection courses now? Even checking trash cans? He flipped the camera to reveal an empty wastebasket, not even a scrap of paper. But I distinctly remembered Sean's germophobia. He always disinfected hotel surfaces with wipes that ended up in the trash. Tonight? Nothing. My strength drained away. Even after a decade together. Men cheat so easily. Noticing my silence, Sean explained. Sweetheart, Negotiations ran late. I only checked in at 10 p.m. I crashed immediately and just woke up to shower. I'll unpack properly after. His reasoning made sense. Two voices warred in my mind. I should trust him. High school classmates. 4 years dating. 6 years married, 10 years of shared history. I should believe him. But rampant suspicion drove me to seek more evidence. Sighing, I said, "Sean, I'm tired. Get some rest." He pouted. "You haven't said love you more today." Our usual romantic banter now felt like needles stitching my lips shut. When I remained quiet, Sean continued cheerfully. "Let me tell you about, sweetheart. Don't be upset. I specifically brought you a gift from this business trip. You'll love it." As if gambling one last time, I asked, "What is it?" "I want to know now." To appear normal, I added, "That way I can fall asleep happy." The moment I said it, overwhelming nausea hit me. I fought to keep it down. A minute later, the D's earrings appeared on screen with zero fanfare. I forced a smile. I love them. After hanging up, I collapsed. Those earrings were promotional freebies. The flagship item was the sapphire necklace, Eternal Heart. The exact necklace from those DMs. Priced at $131,400. Symbolizing undying love. When the price first dropped, I pointed at the product image telling Sean, "This necklace costs more than a car." Highway robbery. Sean had hugged me, laughing, "You deserve everything beautiful in this world, Lynn. Once I secure this corporate partnership, it's yours." I'd scolded him, "Don't waste money. We'll need every penny when we have kids." All those savings, turns out someone else spent them for me. Careful what you wish for. Checkmate. I reopened the DM, "I want to hear your love story." Only silence answered. Then I noticed the sender's handle, "Cheating Kitten." Cruel irony. The other side clearly relished my unraveling, dangling me before vanishing. Who was she? Younger? Prettier? The self-doubt left me gasping, fingertips prickling with phantom pain. When the suffocation peaked, I vomited. Dry heaves followed. Dread coiled in my gut. 2 lines on the pregnancy test finally steadied me. Life's cruel joke, 2 years of trying. Nothing. Now this ambush right as I uncover Sean's betrayal. I've always feared parenthood. Only child of an alcoholic gambler. My mother worshipped him. Every time he drunkenly beat her, she'd take it out on me. Rotan cane whipping my thighs, "Your fault. Should have been a boy. You're the curse draining this family." That childhood left me certain I'd fail as a parent. 3 years into marriage, Sean begged for kids. I refused through tears. He hugged me, pulling up Big Ear Tutu cartoons. "Daddy has to love mommy very, very much for a baby to be born. Because daddy loves mommy and mommy loves daddy. That's why Tutu wanted to come into mommy's tummy to become part of our family. So children are born from love." The defensive walls I'd built over 20 years and my heart began cracking. Sean Summers cupped my face, "We're in no hurry. Sweetheart. I believe our love is strong enough. When the time comes, we'll be ready to welcome new life together." He never pressured me after that. Instead, we rescued a 20-day-old kitten. Honestly, I saw glimpses of fatherhood potential in Sean. He set alarms every 2 hours through the night to bottle feed the kitten goat milk. He carefully stimulated the kitten's bowel movements with gloved fingers. He patiently groomed the tiny fur ball and played with feather toys. When the kitten had accidents, he tirelessly demonstrated the litter box. His dedication made me start imagining a child sharing our DNA. When the cat turned 2, I suggested we try to conceive. Sean hugged me and cried like a teapot boiling over. But fate tested us after a year of trying. Doctors said we were perfectly healthy and told us to relax. I eventually left my pending promotion to director for a less demanding administrative role to focus on fertility. I researched everything. eagerly awaiting motherhood. Never imagined this day would mark Sean's betrayal. I allowed myself 2 hours of grief. Tears splattered the floor as I clenched my fists until nails bit palms. The physical pain dulling my heartache. Without full evidence, I needed to play this smart. At 4 a.m., cheating kitten messaged again, sorry teach. My man made me cook for him. He's such a foodie. By the way, he says his old hag at home turns him off. But oh man, when he gets going, my knees are raw. Any cooking tips? I slapped my own face hard. Coldly repeated, Lynn Quinn. You won't end up like mom wasting life on rotten vows. Take back every cent that's yours. Make what isn't yours grovel. 30 minutes later. I replied, enjoy your fun. No tips. Instant response, let me tell our love story then. Messages flooded in, met Mr. S 3 years ago when I spilled iced coffee on him at the cafe. Manager fired me on the spot. But he made them keep me. Knew he was the one. When they fired me anyway. He hired me as his company receptionist. Total drama queen moment. I pursued him hard but he said I'm married. Played him the bravery music video. Such a gentleman said he's too old for me. So I asked if he wanted my virginity. 3 months ago. My 28th naked confession worked. Now he's obsessed with cooking me daily. Oh. Remember when he kept hospital visits till 3 a.m.? Exhausted but still insisted on dinner. Says I'm his only escape. Cute, right? Tears streamed down as laughter bubbled up. 3 months ago. I'd been hospitalized with a fracture. Sean brought breakfast every morning before work. Turns out he came from another home after I fell asleep. What a master of time management. When I didn't respond immediately, another message popped up. Frowny face. Did the teacher cry her eyes out? If it hurts so much, why not get divorced already? Stop clinging to him. You pathetic hag. So this was about usurping my position. I clicked on her profile only to find the account deactivated. In this age of digital footprints, tracking an account proved effortless. Within 24 hours, I'd compiled a complete dossier on Chloe. High school dropout at 17. Migrated to Shenzhen for factory work. At 18, she landed in Shanghai, bouncing between convenience stores and coffee shops. That's where Sean must have found her. For 3 years. She'd been working as the receptionist at his company. 3 whole years. And I'd noticed nothing. Love truly blinds. How laughable. I emailed the compiled evidence to Jason Jiang, Shanghai's top divorce attorney. His call came within minutes. Lynn, what's this about? Staring through the window at the relentless cicadas. I answered, I want a divorce. Make Sean leave with nothing but the clothes on his back. Jason had been one of our groomsmen. Also Sean's college roommate. Why choose him? Beyond his legal prowess. There was history. We'd met during intercollegiate debate tournaments freshman year. Back then, I didn't know Jason shared a dorm with Sean. My campus sat east of the Huangpu River. Sean's west. We only dated weekends. Otherwise immersed in separate academic worlds. Frequent tournaments bred familiarity with Jason, though we never progressed beyond adding each other on social media. On New Year's Day after a championship match, he'd suddenly confessed. I shut him down immediately, producing photos of Sean as proof. After that, we maintained cautious distance. When Sean suggested Jason as groomsman, I'd found no reasonable objection. During rehearsal, Jason murmured, Lynn, be happy. If you ever need anything, I dismissed it as ceremonial politeness. Now I needed his shark of a lawyer. A terse understood came through the receiver. The front door clicked open. Honey, who are you talking to? Sean's voice carried from the foyer. Hanging up. I studied him. Dark circles bruised his under eyes. Genuine exhaustion or guilt-induced insomnia? Swallowing revulsion. I took his luggage. Rough trip? Worth it to see you. His syrupy tone turned my stomach as he moved to embrace me. Beneath his citrus cologne lingered traces of another woman's perfume. Gardenias and deceit. I maintained a serene smile. Since when did you start wearing cologne? A flicker of panic crossed his face. You know how particular Mr. Huang is about presentation. I had to go all out for this partnership. He pulled me close, breath warm against my neck. Let's not talk business at home. Honey, I've missed you so much. His lips brushed my collarbone, but his touch now made my skin crawl. I rushed to the bathroom, retching violently. Sean handed me a glass of water, concern and hope warring in his eyes. Sweetheart, could it be? I pointed to the small gift box on the coffee table containing a positive pregnancy test. Sean's eyes instantly welled up as he crushed me in an embrace. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for making me a father. This marked only the second time I'd witnessed Sean cry. His trembling hands cradled my barely there bump as he pressed his ear against my stomach, whispering to our invisible child. I observed his performance coldly. After a prolonged silence, he choked out, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? I tilted my head innocently. For traveling so much when you needed me. His tears splashed onto my shirt. I'll cancel all business trips from now on. I'll be here every single day. I wondered if he meant physical journeys or the metaphorical detours his heart had taken. Not that it mattered anymore. Go shower, I suggested gently. Then we'll talk. My plan to check his phone evaporated when I noticed he'd taken it into the bathroom. Changing into pajamas, I pulled out the handmade photo album documenting our 13-year history. Sean wrapped his arms around me as I opened to the first page. Remember this? When Mr. Lee announced our seating chart, your friend Chi Wei kept hollering something. What was that about? His chuckle vibrated against my back. I'd told him weeks earlier that I had a crush on Lynn from class 11. Begged the counselor to put me in your study group. His fingers traced the faded Polaroid. The feelings were real then. So was last month's hotel receipt. I thought. Flipping to the journal entry photocopied on page 2. The ink-smudged teenage handwriting detailed his elaborate scheme to sit beside me during sophomore year. Back when his lies still smelled like the fried chicken from our first awkward date at that fast food joint. He nuzzled my hair. We'll tell the baby these stories someday. I closed the album, its gilt edges catching the lamplight. Yes. Every single one. That diary is still locked away in my safe. Before I could speak, Sean pointed at the photograph. Lynn, did you know? When I transferred to class 11, all the teachers knew I had feelings for you. On registration day, I begged our homeroom teacher to write blessings for us in my journal. He was cool about it, said I couldn't confess until after college entrance exams. We made this pact. And he wrote in my diary, I'll officiate your wedding someday. Sean's eyes reddened again as he spoke. Baby, I love you so damn much. I pretended to sleep rather than watch his performance. His phone on the nightstand lit up. Frowny face big bro. Don't leave me. I can give you children too. He angrily silenced it, guilt gnawing at him as he watched Lynn sleeping peacefully. How could he have fallen for Chloe's trap? Betraying 12 years with Lynn. He flipped through the photo album, images of Lynn crying happy tears at their graduation dinner while holding his 3-year journal, their first movie date gone wrong. Ending with them squatting on the sidewalk eating ice cream, the time she burned her hand cooking for him. Him choking down 3 bowls through misty eyes, their flooded basement apartment days. Fixing pipes through laughter and tears, the photo from when his startup succeeded. Him vowing eternal love. 13 years of proof. There was still time to fix this. Cut ties with Chloe. And he could keep being half of that enviable power couple with Lynn. Maybe even have an angelic kid like their neighbor's little tutu. Sean transferred $5,200 to Lynn's account before holding her tight, swearing to give her the world. Dawn broke with the smell of fish congee. Morning. Babe. Learned this recipe from Mrs. Chin next door. Gonna make you breakfast every day now. Sunlight stunned my eyes, almost forgot about the affair. The porridge tasted surprisingly good. No fishy aftertaste. He'd actually tried. Mid-meal, Sean announced, taking the day off. Let's go shopping, anything you want. I wondered, how long does a man's guilt after cheating really last? At the mall, he swiped cards recklessly, $500 dresses, $10,000 purses, $50,000 gold bracelets. Memories flooded back of 6 years ago when we were broke small-town overachievers scraping by in Shanghai. Our startup barely surviving. I'd told him to skip the traditional bridal gold set and fancy wedding, just a registry office date and casual dinner. He agreed, then secretly took night shifts as a punching bag at a boxing gym. 2 months later, he gave me a pathetic 10-gram bracelet thin as a charging cable. Lynn, I'll get you arm-thick gold bangles someday. He'd vowed through tears. Back then, his determination moved me. Now I just see the bruises he hid. Even after Sean found success with his startup post-marriage and repeatedly offered to buy me heavy gold bracelets, I always declined. Now staring at this nearly 50-gram bracelet, I feel no sincerity behind it. As we wandered into Dee's flagship boutique, the sales associate eagerly promoted their crown jewel, the $131,400 Eternal Heart necklace. Sir, purchasing the Eternal Heart today includes limited edition earrings. Her manicured finger pointed to diamond fringe earrings in the display case corner. Lynn, I smiled, tracing the glass. Weren't these the earrings you gave me as that business trip souvenir? My husband Sean froze mid-step. Collar suddenly tight. The associate rescued him. Madam must be mistaken. These only come as complimentary gifts. Is that so? My gaze locked on Sean's twitching jaw. He forced a laugh. Just picked up something random downtown. Want these? I'll get them. Pass. His shoulders relaxed visibly. I gestured to the neighboring jeweler's Phoenix Crown display, a gilded monstrosity weighing almost a kilogram. Crass tastes. Remember? That's more my style. Sean cleared his throat. Nearly 6 figures for ceremonial headwear? We're already married. Lynn, when would you even? Ah. The price ceiling revealed itself. $13,000 jewelry acceptable. $100,000 frivolous. My chuckle held winter. I can offer, but you can't ask. The unspoken rule echoed between designer racks. He trailed me through the mall, arms straining under shopping bags. Let's get more dresses. That Gucci wrap dress would. I absently cradled my abdomen. No point. These won't fit soon anyway. Baby. His eyes lit like Christmas trees. Let's browse nursery furniture. The bassinet section became his stage. He lectured on breathable crib mattresses, hypoallergenic onesies, debating stroller brands like a seasoned parent. For years I've waited for this. He murmured, squeezing my hand. I yanked free. During all those not ready for kids years. Sean, did you ever consider fathering children elsewhere? Never. His vow rang hollow. I swear Lynn will be my only child's mother. I'll be faithful to you both forever. Faithful. The word curdled. His Oscar-worthy performance continued as he custom-ordered an heirloom crib. Delivery scheduled 6 months out. The act shattered 30 minutes later in the central atrium. A petite figure in sequined mask belted missed connections under heart-shaped balloons. At the first note, Sean's spine turned steel rod. I rubbed my non-existent bump. Tired. Honey. Let's go home. The mall's muzak drowned his stuttered excuses. Her voice still chased us, the same smoky alto from his golf weekends. My smile stayed intact. Let him squirm. Let him wonder. The real performance was just beginning. His furrowed brows instantly smoothed out. Honey. I'll have assistant Linda take you home. I need to handle some work at the office. Linda didn't take me home. Instead, she drove toward East Square, a secluded area with clear visibility of this vicinity. She bought me coffee nearby. Ms. Quinn. The surveillance footage from Mr. Summer's business trip last month has been sent to your inbox. After a pause, she added softly, "Please take care of yourself." Linda was the impoverished mountain village student I'd sponsored 10 years ago. After graduation, she became Sean's right-hand woman. Privately, she called me sister, something Sean never knew. When I shifted focus to our family, she quietly monitored Sean's activities for me. Back then, I'd refused, insisting, "There's no need. I trust your brother-in-law." How laughable that seems now. Even Linda failed to detect Chloe's existence. Sean had protected her well. The bittersweet ballad Destined Strangers was barely halfway through when Sean whisked Chloe away, or more accurately, took her to their home. The home merely 1 block from ours. I obtained evidence of Sean's infidelity without hiring detectives. A stranger I'd unknowingly added on WeChat sent photos, Sean wrapped in a towel, followed by increasingly explicit shots. "Hey auntie. Big bro says you're as frigid in bed as your last name suggests. True? He can't help whispering filthy things when he sees me. You've never seen him veins bulging while gripping my throat. Have you? So primal. He calls us star-crossed lovers. I say he's just cowardly about love. Auntie. The unloved one's the real homewrecker. Stop clinging. Better divorce while you're still semi-attractive. Maybe some simp will take used goods. He. Chloe was playing her cards openly, forcing divorce to claim Sean. When I didn't respond, she escalated. Little secret, we kept the bloodstained sheets from my first time. Bro treasures them. Were you even a virgin? Hag? How many men before him? He never complained about your experience. But oh, how he cried realizing I was pure. You don't deserve someone pristine like him. Chloe might as well be wearing a chastity belt from the Qing dynasty. Yet her words unearthed memories. When Sean and I first moved in together after college, there'd been no blood during our intimacy. Young and insecure, I'd tried explaining. He'd brushed hair from my forehead, murmuring, "Sports in daily life can break the hymen. Bleeding doesn't define purity. We're modern, educated people. Lynn. That outdated concept shouldn't chain you." The earnest youth I'd loved now existed only in fragments. The 30-year-old stranger bearing his name had fractured our history. My lips twisted bitterly. Though fully seeing Sean's corruption, I couldn't let Chloe win this easily. The real game was just beginning. If I really divorced her under her provocation, I'd only get half the assets. Even if I could ruin their reputations. Since when do cockroaches care about shame? In 10 or 20 years, when Sean's company cracks the Fortune 500, people will laugh it off as boys will be boys' stories. As for Chloe, she'll become the 3-time role model of mistresses who successfully climbed the social ladder. Who'd remember my suffering? Divorce would let them off too easy. I dialed Jason's number. "Let's meet." He slid the drafted divorce papers across the table. "Lynn, even with Sean's infidelity, getting him to leave empty-handed is nearly impossible. Best I can push for is a 70-30 asset split in your favor." I pushed the documents back. Linda handed him a different file. "Attorney Jason, perhaps review this contract first." His eyes widened as he read. "Lynn, isn't this excessively harsh on Sean?" My fingers drummed the mahogany surface. "What's wrong? Scared of seeing the real me? Feel free to walk away. Though you might want to hear this: that Tsinghua graduate spot you earned? The one that got revoked after anonymous complaints during the publicity period? The informant who made you retake the exams to get into Peking's law school, don't you wonder who that was?" Jason's knuckles whitened around his coffee mug. I gazed at the city skyline. When I first discovered Sean's affairs, I blamed myself, questioned if I was paranoid, then wondered if I wasn't good enough. It took sorting through old files to realize the rot was in him from the start. Took me 10 damn years to see it. Sliding my phone across, I showed him photos of Sean's journal entry about the Informer incident. Jason's eyes burned with cold fury as recognition dawned. Still want out for brotherhood's sake? I reached for the contract. I can find another lawyer. His hand slammed over the papers. We have a deal. My lips curved. When this concludes, Home2 Capital will retain you as chief legal counsel. Home2 is yours? Jason's jaw dropped. Without answering, I nodded to Linda and left. The night swallowed me as a black Bugatti pulled up silently. Home at 11 p.m. Sean's text blinked working late. Don't wait up. Chloe's messages followed Prager's and still alone? How pathetic, I'll be carrying his heir soon, will yours even make it to term? I typed infidelity is not equal to willingness to divorce. Break a leg. Let her escalate. The stage needed more flames. At 5 a.m. I stained a white dress with chicken blood. The lock clicked open right on cue. Sean had returned. I was half lying on the couch. My white dress stained crimson beneath me. My phone lay discarded nearby as silent tears streaked down my face. Lynn! What's wrong? Sean rushed to my side, panic etching his features. I hurled my phone at his chest with trembling hands. How could you make such a fool of me? The damning text thread glowed on the cracked screen. Chloe's naked selfies and her venomous message. Frowny face. Do you really think your bastard will survive delivery? His face drained of color. Honey, this isn't what it looks like. She came on to me. I swear. I only ever saw her as a sister. Stop. My voice cracked. Just stop. The same tired excuses every cheating man uses. When Yara burst through the door, she found me surrounded by expanding scarlet pools. Get away from her. You monster. She shoved Sean aside, rushing me to her private hospital. The obstetrician's furious voice still echoed in my memory when I awoke. Another half hour and we'd have lost them both. Keep your wife calm or I'll have security drag you out myself. Alone in the sterile room, I finally spoke. There's no love left. Let's end this. My tears soaked through the hospital gown as Sean collapsed to his knees. I'll do anything. His palms cracked against his own face in frantic slaps. Please, Lynn. Our baby. The ringing phone sliced through his desperation. Jason's voice blared from the speaker about that patent lawsuit. Jason! Sean clutched the device like a lifeline. How do I prove I only love Lynn? Tell me. A beat of silence. Easy. Where the money flows, the heart goes. Sign everything over to her. By sunset. Jason had notarized documents spread across my hospital tray. Infidelity clauses. Asset transfers. Even the mutual funds. Sean signed them all without hesitation. See? He embraced me with red-rimmed eyes. You're my everything. The words curdled in my stomach. Everything felt different now. Tainted by memories of happier times. I recalled watching Tutu's parenting videos with him last month. How we'd laughed when the cartoon parents asked who do you love more. Now our own child would grow up knowing their father's love came with receipts and legal disclaimers. Tutu didn't answer but asked instead. Tutu is the first boy mommy loves most. Right? Mom, of course. Tutu, then who's the second boy mommy loves? What about third? Fourth? Fifth? Sixth? Where does Grandpa rank? And Papa? Finally. He concluded, love is love. It's not a competition. There's no first or second, love is everything. Back then. I showed this video to Sean. He hugged me and posted on social media. Frowny face. Love is everything. At Wifey, the post still sits pinned atop his profile. Yet now he needs to prove his devotion through money. Is Chloe his second love? The thought makes me scoff at myself. What does Sean's affairs matter to me? I no longer dwell on past wounds, only future gains. Sean. I said. Transfer 2% of the company shares to me. And about Chloe, I trailed off meaningfully. He jumped like a startled bird. Done. I'll fire her immediately. She'll vanish from your life. We resumed our odd day of normalcy. Sean accompanied me to prenatal checkups and drove me to work. I stopped smiling at him but murmured, "I see you're trying, Sean. Rebuilding trust takes time. Wait for me, okay?" A trembling lip, vulnerable tone, perfectly reloading his guilt. Men feel remorse when you first confront their cheating. A male influencer analyzed in my podcast background. But repeat it, and they'll resent being forever shackled to their shame. I weaponized this logic. No hysterics. No demanding why he strayed. Let him believe I'd sacrifice everything for love. Let guilt eat him alive. Let his guard crumble. Until he's left with nothing. After our reconciliation, Chloe clung to Sean desperately. Daily. My phone buzzed with her taunts, "Big sis. Big bro lasts 30 minutes longer when I wear the Catwoman outfit. Ever tried it? Oops, guess those costumes don't come in grandma sizes. Don't worry. I'll take good care of him today." I scrolled past emotionlessly. Sean's nights at home grew scarce. Perhaps he genuinely wanted to reform, but cheaters never stop at one betrayal. The hammer fell during another of their hotel escapades. Sequoia Capital, his startup's lead investor, pulled out overnight. He never knew I'd connected him to their family values-obsessed CEO, a man who blacklists philanderers. Simultaneously, Jason's patent lawsuit resurfaced. Sean's refusal to settle had key engineers defecting. Now I sit in the CEO's office, watching the dominoes fall. When Sean Summers burst into the room, his tie was undone and his suit jacket didn't match his pants. The panic was evident. "Honey, what are you doing here?" I gently handed him a steaming mug of coffee. "Sean, I heard about Sequoia pulling their investment. Worried about the cash flow. I immediately reached out to Grand Vision Capital. They're willing to step in." Sean looked incredulous. Grand Vision? The same powerhouse from Hong Kong? Why would they look twice at our small operation? As he processed this, Linda presented the contract. "Mr. Summers, Grand Vision is eager to collaborate. Their representative is waiting." In the conference room, Clara from Grand Vision kept smiling at me. "Mr. Summers, we're only investing because of Lynn's involvement. Though it's unconventional for her to have no official stake in your company." "What's the catch?" Sean's voice turned guarded. I smoothly interjected. "Give me 1% equity, Sean. I'll secure their $300 million investment." The 1% seemed negligible against his 39% controlling stake. Between the other partners' 45% and scattered employee shares, my legally acquired stocks combined with Grand Vision's injection would soon tip the balance. Love fades, power endures. After signing, we stood alone in his office. He pressed his ear against my abdomen. "You and our baby saved everything. My guardian angels." His eyes shone. I think I heard the heartbeat. I laughed sharply. "That's my pulse, Sean. Can't you tell?" Indeed. My heart raced the moment he signed. He'd lost. As majority investor and second largest shareholder, his days of outmaneuvering me were over. He awkwardly chuckled. "Maybe we should schedule that prenatal checkup today?" "Prenatal?" I tilted my head, amused. "That pregnancy? I terminated it after catching you with Chloe again." His face paled. "You're lying. You'd never." "Sean, isn't Chloe already carrying your replacement heir? Don't worry, she won't deliver it either." As security escorted him out, he suddenly braced against the doorframe. "Lynn, how did you really get Grand Vision's backing? Did you sleep with their CEO too?" I waved dismissively. Money and power made better companions than any man. Even with the investments I secured, Sean still refused to acknowledge my capabilities. When Sequoia Capital first showed interest, he'd insinuated I'd betrayed him somehow until discovering their executive team was entirely female. Back then, He claimed it was because heckled too much. Now I see the truth, his fragile male ego couldn't stomach a partner outperforming him. I examined my fresh manicure, smirking. By the way, the CEO of Grand Vision Capital happens to be my father. You cheating bastard. During Sean's explosive rant, I dropped the bombshell he'd been dreading. He knew my parents had been neglectful. After our wedding, I rarely visited them. 3 years ago, Hong Kong lawyers contacted me claiming I was the long-lost daughter of the city's wealthiest man. Typical scam, right? Until an elderly gentleman arrived with police verification. Turns out, my biological parents had lost me during a business caravan to Hong Kong when I was 9 months old. After building their empire, they'd spent fortunes locating me. I declined relocation, so my father discreetly funded Grand Vision Capital on condition Sean never knew. I'd mistaken this for parental prejudice. Now I understood it was prescient wisdom. Lynn, how could you keep this from me? Sean dropped to his knees, voice cracking. I shook him off. Sign the mediation papers, or I'll drag you through court. When he clung to my ankles, my phone speaker erupted with Chloe's shrill threat: either divorce her for me, Sean, or I'll file rape charges. I've got video evidence. Turns out their roleplay kink for forced passion scenes had backfired spectacularly. On divorce day, I wore the white sundress from our wedding. Ironically, Sean chose his original ceremony shirt. As we sat at the same registry window, his choked whisper transported us back 6 years. Lynn, could I try winning you back? Suddenly I remembered 18-year-old Sean shoving roses into my hands after my rejection. I'll chase you 1,000 times if I must. The boy who'd vowed to outlast my insecurities now trembled before the woman he'd underestimated. My pen hovered over the documents. Let him chase ghosts. I'll be too busy ruling empires. The vows we made in our youth were bold and passionate. The deafening roar of my heartbeat left me breathless. Now, nearing 30, hearing Sean repeat those same words felt utterly ridiculous. I signed the divorce papers without looking up. No, you're not 18-year-old Sean anymore. And I don't love you now. Our youthful passion had deteriorated into mutual resentment. At least I got all the money. Not a complete loss. Right? Even as I told myself this, tears spilled over. Ending a 12-year relationship felt excruciating as having your skin flayed. Chloe appeared at the courthouse door the moment our divorce was finalized. I sneered. Congratulations on scoring the trash. A familiar melody drifted from a nearby shop. Frowny face. Love really requires courage to face gossip and rumors. I wondered if they'd have enough courage for the tsunami of scandal about to hit. Oh, I almost forgot before coming here. I'd posted a video chronicling our decade-long relationship, along with all the juicy details of Sean and Chloe's affair. My combined social media followers exceeded 3 million. Their discomfort would be my comfort. Sean got blacklisted from our industry within weeks. Chloe didn't waste time. She'd already moved on to a new man, a balding contractor 20 years her senior. I'd thought their love was unbreakable. Turns out relationships without financial foundation really are like scattered sand disintegrating without needing wind to blow them away. But what did that matter to me? The past remains shrouded in darkness while the future shines bright. Rather than wasting energy hating men, I reclaimed that time for myself. As my plane to Hong Kong ascended, Linda handed me the latest investment report in first class. Both companies show excellent potential. MS. Lynn. Exactly. Instead of squandering time, money and life investing in men, I'll keep my choices firmly in my own hands. There's no limit to what women can achieve in business. From now on, we're focusing solely on building empires.